Hello, everyone. We are very glad to have all of you with us today to witness a key step in the journey of 17 K 12 schools, training more than 30,000 students who are committed to the cultivating a happy and a peaceful generation for today and tomorrow. Being committed to this responsibility today, they bring to us an action plan towards fulfilling this goal. To begin with, we have with us Ms. Rajini Pattabhiraman, an ACE educator who is a guiding force behind the brilliant academics designed and delivered in all our 17 schools. Hello, Ms. Rajini. May I request you to join me in doing the honors of welcoming our eager audience and our dear leaders?
Thank you, Aslesha. I wish each one of you present here a very happy Saturday. I extend a very warm welcome to each of you to the launch program of the very special, unique, and significant, the Center of Wellbeing. Today, we have proudly joined together for the launch of this rewarding platform. I take great pleasure in welcoming the chief guest and keynote speaker, Dr. Bhushan Punani, who is the chairperson, ICEBI West Asia. He is also the Secretary General, BPA Ahmedabad, and an eminent national leader of the disability sector. It's my proud privilege to welcome the strongest pillar of our organization, our co-founder and group CEO, Mr. Prajod Rajan. I extend a very hearty welcome to the guiding force behind all our productive ventures, our CEO, Mr. Rahul Deshpande. A very warm welcome to the passionate and committed powerhouse of the Center of Wellbeing, Ms. Sachu Ramalingam. It is with great pleasure that I welcome all the dignitaries, principals of all our schools, parents, and dear students. Aslesha, as you are aware, well-being has always been important for us. In these uncertain times, rather, it has become a priority. Every day looks new, every day looks different, every day brings with it a whole lot of challenges. We have seen changes happening all through our lives, but the changes which are happening today are affecting us and our children. Do you agree with me on this?
Absolutely. Today, change as a reality stares stark in our faces like never before. This reality has been put very aptly into words by a much admired historian, philosopher, and author, Mr. Yuval Noah Harari. Professor Harari says, and I quote him, people are afraid of change because they fear the unknown. But the single constant history is that everything changes, right? So, this is very, very true. Change is an inherently indispensable characteristic of development. And hence, despite the fear of the unknown, we have accepted it in the past and we willingly continue to welcome it in the present too. But recently, in the last few years, the pace of this change has become unimaginably fast. The volume and the speed of transformation is taking us on a roller coaster ride and leaving us completely disoriented sometimes. And Rajni, importantly, the recent new normal dictated by the pandemic has thrown up unpredictability over the globe like never before. The human population is shaken because of this, but humans being survivors, the communities have come together to adapt and start all over again.
Tell me something, Aslesha. Changes took place even when we were young. I don't remember being affected so badly by the changes as much as it does now. What has changed so much that we are being affected now?
You're right, absolutely. We weren't affected that much at that time. But you see, when we were growing up, Rajni, transformations took place at a very, very gentle speed, you know. So we were graduated from one era to another very gently. So if you remember, we shifted from middies to skirts, from lemon soda to, let's say, Fanta, from bell bottoms to jeans, from whiteboards to blackboards, and possibly from four career options to around seven career options. Now, this gradual pace allowed us to cope up with the changes intellectually, physically, socially, and very importantly, emotionally in a phased and a healthy manner.
I completely agree with you, Aslesha. The pace of change does matter. Honestly, all of us are in a dizzy these days, all the time. And maybe that is the root cause of all our problems.
Very true, very true. Rightly said, Rajni. Within a span of few months to a year, gigantic transformations are taking place at a breakneck speed in every area of the lives of our young adults. On the face of it, our children are willingly jumping on this roller coaster ride and are seamlessly moving between Twitter and Facebook, between online and offline education, between report cards and resumes, between being local and being global. We can see this pulsating, bursting energy of our youth as they rush from one experience to another. Till one day, suddenly the immense pressure of this continuous, tumultuous adaptations prove too much to cope up with, and their seemingly efficient coping mechanism breaks down. And hence today, words such as stress and anxiety have seeped into the vocabulary of our young adults. This issue pains all of us, the educators, the parents, and the students. Hence, audience, here we are gathered today to confront this concern and work towards a common shared value, and that is ensuring that we fill joy and peace into the lives of our young adults. But Rajni, while we are discussing well-being of the children here, the word well-being is very, very subjective in its scope. So, as an educator, it would be great if you could explain to us what exactly would the scope of well-being be in the area of the education system.
So, well-being to me, Aslesha, is the experience of health and happiness. It includes physical and mental health, emotional and physical safety, and a feeling of belongingness, a sense of purpose, achievement, and success. The pandemic has taught us lessons of life, the most important of which is developing resilience. Until some months ago, schools were looked upon for academic excellence and all round development of students.
Yes.
The present situation has increased the responsibility of schools. Taking care of the well being of our students and developing resilience in them has superseded all our other responsibilities. Do you
Very
agree with
true.
me?
Very true. Very true. And along with the students, Rajni, we've observed the painful battles that the parents and the educators are also fighting in the present situation. So, how have we been able to take care of the adults in our system?
I'm so glad you asked this question. I'm truly proud to share with you the very proactive behavior of our management. During these difficult times, our management has been quick in taking care of the well being of all our stakeholders. The safety department was encouraged to take up the We Care programs, which were quickly activated, supporting the well being of all connected with us. The immense moral, emotional, psychological, and financial support provided by our management has helped all of us sail through this difficult period with least exertion. I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Prajod Rajan and Mr. Rahul Deshpande for extending their continuous guidance in making sure that the We Care program reaches each one of us. They want to make sure that this guidance and support reach all connected with us, our staff, our teachers, students, and their parents, and hence a very structured platform, the Center of Wellbeing. I once again welcome each of you to this wonderful launch and place a request to make the best use of all the offerings of this fantastic platform of the Center of Wellbeing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajni. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. And thank you for introducing us to the very promising approach that our leaders have, and that is the We Care philosophy. I'm sure it is going to be a great blessing for not only the students, but also the parents and all our teachers. And I'm sure all of us are going to use the platform very judiciously. Thanks once again.
Thank you, Aslesha.
Child first approach is at the heart of everything we do. Our knowledge and experience of over 2 decades has helped us understand the issues children face, be it early childhood years or the teenage. We have constantly strived to meet the developmental needs of our children, be it educational, physical, or emotional. One such important aspect of a child's growth and development is mental health. We may sometimes think that mental health as an issue is not for children but only for adults. Mental health problem is a persistent issue amongst children too. In fact, 1 in every 10 children today face some kind of mental health issues. Moreover, 70% of children don't get the right intervention early on. While this is startling, research has also discovered that children are facing increased mental health challenges today than what they were facing 30 years ago. We can blame it on the competitive pressure or peer pressure, but we need to build the confidence of children today, which prepares them to face challenges in the future. In order to stay relevant in this fast paced world, children often suffer from anxiety or depression. They find it hard to make peace with the sudden changes in their lives and surroundings. Unable to comprehend their own feelings, and instead of coming to terms with them, children struggle with these unexpressed feelings. They go into a cocoon where they become impassive and withdrawn from the world. Adding to this, the recent pandemic has left children with a sense of isolation, loneliness, and angst. Although we know that the emotional impact of this can be very deep, what we fail to understand is that this feeling can be long lasting. The future is uncertain, but what's certain is the fact that we have the present to make things right. If we begin today, at this moment, it's possible. I'm sure you're wondering how. Well, it's time we show our children that we care about them. We share our feelings with them, which gives them the courage to open up to us. We nurture them to become healthy, honest adults who build the resilience to fight against all odds. It's up to us to encourage them and to teach them the importance of emotional well being in today's world. Instead of being resistant to change, we have to make children more responsive to change. In a world of companionship, we have to teach them the importance of friendships and make them more excited about new beginnings. At Lighthouse Learning, we are delighted to launch the Center of Wellbeing initiative with this very ethos at its heart. Only when children work on their emotional muscle do they learn to cope with life. Once they possess that resilience, they are ready to endure anything and everything that life throws at them. We believe that these experiences turn them into well rounded, healthy adults. Switching schools, moving to a new home, or the birth of a sibling, children tend to cope with change differently. While some children welcome the freshness that new friends and activities bring in, others feel anxious about settling in a new environment. Our new initiative gives children a safe space to express themselves openly and embrace who they are. With this unique initiative, we ensure the holistic well being of our students. We are committed to identifying the changes in their behavioral patterns, recognize their mental state, and take corrective measures. From programs focusing on their physical and mental well being to workshops on wellness and health to professional counseling sessions, our students are and will always be our first priority. Because in the end, every child matters to us. With the Center of Wellbeing initiative, we wish to do what's best for our children. Thank you, and I wish all the members of the Center of Wellbeing, COWB, the very best in this very important endeavor. Thank you.
Welcome students, teachers and parents for the launch of this very important initiative for Euroschools. Over the years, it has been an endeavor of Euroschools to provide a welcoming and inclusive environment to all our students, and also create an environment where our students can thrive and discover themselves. To this end, we have engaged top quality school leaders, experienced teachers and able administrators. This has helped our student community to thrive. Now, our Euroschool community has surpassed 18,000 students across 12 Euroschools. The latest addition being our Euroschool in Kharadi in Pune. Over the past 1 year, as the pandemic raged and our students were studying from home, we started thinking about how we can make the lives of Euroschoolers better. We invested in improving our learning management system, Argus, provided devices and training to our teachers, and ensured that uninterrupted learning continued throughout the year. However, I think that this has been a stressful time for everybody, and it has been particularly harsh on children. Children have been deprived of the social aspects of learning and been forced to endure periods of isolation, and only online media to break the loneliness. This has certainly been deleterious to their mental well-being and caused anxiety and in some cases even depression among some children. During this period, our teachers, counselors and special educators have been hard at work to help those who needed support. And I must point out that it has been their untiring dedication to the well-being of our students that has kept many going through some very dark times. Learning from this, we envisioned a comprehensive program for student well-being and inclusion across all our schools. This comprehensive program has been working across our Billabong High International Schools for the past few years, and we thought that this would be an important initiative that we should launch across all of our schools. While many parts of the program have been in existence across Euroschools over the past several years, we believe a structured approach with dedicated counselors, special educators and support staff, as well as facilities in each school, including creating dedicated areas for mental well-being, will serve students well. This, in essence, is the Center of Wellbeing, to ensure overall well-being of all our students and make sure that students with special needs get the support that they require. At Euroschool, we believe that each child is unique, and our role as a school is to bring out the best in him or her. Now, with the launch of the Center of Wellbeing, we take one more step in creating an inclusive environment where all students flourish and truly discover their full potential. Thank you, and I wish our entire Center of Wellbeing team success in this initiative.
Let us now head into the finer aspects of how to achieve this mammoth task. We are fortunate to have on our team Ms. Shachu Ramlingan, lead Center of Wellbeing for all our network schools. She has painstakingly built a team of counselors and special educators and trained them to execute the vision of this program. May we request Ms. Ramalingam to define the roadmap to building a robust and an effective framework for the center to be integrated into the mainstream educational goals of all our schools.
Thank you, Ashlesha. That was indeed a wonderful and very humbling introduction. But it gives me great pride in being able to share the various aspects of Center of Wellbeing and how it is going to impact our three main stakeholders, the students, the parents, and the staff. This pandemic has impacted the well-being of emotions, the way we are able to cope with the changing scenario. And so the Center of Wellbeing is going to play a very key role in the lives of our students. And what we have done is, to the existing support that's already there in our Euro schools, we have brought in more professionals, appointed more professionals, so that the counseling of students to deal with the emotional behavioral needs are being taken care of. The students are also going to be supported through a helpline that is available through email and phone that has already been launched, and the students with special needs are going to be extended not only support when they are in the physical school, but also in this online scenario with remediation sessions and educational support. The students helpline and email ID has been circulated already in the Web Genie and Argus, and we invite you parents to enable access to these support systems to all our students. The Center of Wellbeing is pivoted on two main roles of being able to provide counseling services to manage the behavioral and the emotional needs of children, and to extend remediation and educational skill building services to children with special needs, so that inclusive education can happen seamlessly. Over and above this, the group interventions and the life skill program taken care by the Center of Wellbeing ensures the intrinsic strengthening of resilience and being able to handle challenging situations that the world may throw at them. And when these constant efforts are being taken, it enhances the ability of the children to handle challenging situations such as anxiety, panic, fear, being able to deal with bullying, be it cyber bullying or by peers or those with whom they are interacting out in the internet world. When children are growing, they are going to be provided sex education, which has already been there, but a more programmed and structured system is put in place. To support all of this, we have rolled out a comprehensive inclusive policy, which is already being shared on various platforms. And this inclusive education policy and is covering a lot of aspects, including how many children with special needs can be in one particular classroom, what is the admission policy, how are we going to deal with referral services for psychoeducational assessment of children, and also taking care of the inputs that need to go into the children after the assessment reports are received. For all of this, and to have a uniform systems and processes, process documentation have been rolled out. The roles of special educators, counselors, and shadow teachers are clearly defined, and also the kind of service that a child would get is also clearly defined. If a child has only remediation needs for skill building for academic purposes, then the child would be on individual remediation plan. If the child's gap is large for bridging the gap from the current grade level to the level at which the child is, the child would be on an individual education plan. And to deal with the behavioral and emotional needs of children, all children who would need this support would be extended one-on-one counseling sessions on a long term, and an individual counseling plan would be put in place by the counselors. Here are some of the testimonials of children who have been with individual remediation plan, individual education plan, and individual counseling plan. We invite you to hear our parents.
Hello everyone, I am Hiya Mankad's mother. She is in grade 7 and she is a child with special needs. So when online schooling started, I was a bit apprehensive about how her needs will be taken care of. But the Center of Wellbeing team ensured that a special IEP was designed for Hiya, which took into account her potential and her regular curriculum of grade 6. Her special worksheets were designed. She was having a regular sessions with her special educator and a regular counseling sessions. So also we had a regular sessions with, as a parent, I had a regular interaction with Miss Sachu, the head, Miss Devi Priya, coordinator, and her special educator. And all my concerns were regularly addressed. So I am happy that even in this scenario, the well-being team have ensured that Hiya did not have to suffer because of this online schooling, and they've ensured that all her needs are taken care of. Thank you.
My son is studying in 10th grade in Euroschool Thane. I want to take this opportunity to thank Euroschool and counseling department for providing positive and good learning environment which has benefited my son to overcome behavioral and day-to-day issues. I sincerely thank the counseling department for their extended help and support. Their valuable advice and guidance have encouraged my son to do a lot better and shows tremendous improvement. Thank you for understanding his need and appreciate the effort the school putting in for providing the best possible support to overcome his issues. Regular counseling sessions provided by school have helped him a lot. We are very happy to see his progress. Once again, thank you very much, and I wish Euroschool more success and good luck. Thank you.
One of the most important decisions as parents that we make is the choice of school for our little ones. We consider ourselves so lucky to have found Billabong High International School, Santa Cruz, Mumbai for our little boy. He is 10 years old, in grade 4, and is a child on the autism spectrum. Mainstream schooling for children on the spectrum is a challenge not just in our country but across the world. We consider ourselves blessed to have found a school that not only accepts him for all his differences but actually celebrates it. To accept a child, to see his potential, and to also see where he can reach is truly looking for the North Star in each child, which is the motto of our school. Especially in these pandemic times, with virtual schooling being the norm, we were apprehensive about how it would impact our child. I am happy to report that he has not only survived, but he has thrived in these times thanks to the enormous work put in by his wonderful teachers, principal, counselors, special educators, and the love and goodwill of all the children and their parents. To make something so wonderful come out of these terrible times is a commitment that the school has made, and we are so happy to partner with them in the growth of our child. We wish the school and everybody associated with it all the best in their future. God bless.
So parents, after this child is, after all, children are in classrooms and they need constant support from peers, from classroom teacher, from main teacher, and from shadow teacher. And over and above this, there are equipments and tools that are provided in every school that would take care of curriculum based assessment at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. They are equipped with behavioral checklists, with developmental checklists, and also the resources that is need to meet the post assessment support that the children are required, be it at a digital platform or in a physical school. Career and subject choice are two important things that come in play when the child moves to higher grades. If needs be, the child would be supported with subject choices and NIOS, be it in CBSE board, in IGCSE, or in ICSE. Beyond these, there are many other support systems that would be strengthened with professional support as and when required. Students and parents would be receiving a lot of external webinars with external speakers who would be strengthening the need as and when the challenging scenario appears. Moving on to the tangible steps that we have taken for our staff, and especially initiated from the month of May under the We Care program 2.0, are sessions with doctor, ask the doctor, and many questions relating to COVID, vaccine hesitancy have been answered. This session has been conducted by two eminent doctors from the Fortis Healthcare, and the staff were able to clear their doubts with various questions. A meditation session in the morning has really enabled the staff to calm down and be more focused and concentrated. We would quickly be sharing a testimonial for that too. Similar to on the lines of the students, similar on the lines of a students helpline, we have initiated a helpline for our staff too, and these helplines are well circulated. Both the access on email and phone is available. Webinars with external speakers are on the pipeline. Yoga sessions and some more fun sessions are on the pipeline. And of course, they would be taking new avatar as the need be. Interaction with the leadership team has enabled all our employees to have the connect with the leadership team and just have informal chats to ensure that the well-being are being taken care of. Here's a beautiful testimonial from one of our employees on the meditation sessions that we have held.
Hello everyone. We had a week full of meditation with Miss Sachu, through which we felt really amazing, and it brought out a lot of creativity in us. Also, at the end of the day, even for throughout the week, we felt so energetic that we still had so much to do, and we could all put in our 100% for throughout the day, no matter what. So it was really calm as well. It made us feel so good, and it made us feel more lively, I would say. So thank you, Miss Sachu, for the amazing sessions of meditation. Please keep going. Thank you so much.
Dear parents, you are the pillar that supports the child's journey with us, and we have lined up a lot of sessions, workshops, webinars for you so that you would be able and well equipped to deal with the challenges of the pandemic. Again, I would reiterate to use the helpline for counseling through the phone and the email. You are the facilitators for your child's mental well-being. Do not wait until that moment when things are gone too far and the child is having an anxiety, panic attack, or is so fearful and worried about the future, when you see the slightest symptoms, do reach out to us. The Center of Wellbeing has been a key role player with our Billabong High International Schools, and taking the good practice from there, we are rolling it out to the Euro School by adding more professionalism to the existing programs that were there already through our counselors and special educators. Let's hear it from our principal of Billabong High International School, Baroda, Dr. Preeti Shrimal.
To ignite human greatness in children is the vision and mission of Billabong High International Schools. At Billabong, we endeavour to unlock the inner genius and nurture the inherent potential by giving all our children equal opportunities to achieve the highest of standards. We know that one size does not fit all. That is why inclusion is so important at all Billabong schools. Along with inclusion, counselling is also an important cornerstone in our schools. To know every child and identify individual needs is the key focus of the counselling sessions done in our schools. We are fortunate to have a dedicated Center of Wellbeing team which provides extensive support, unique strategies and timely guidance to ensure that the learning needs of every child is catered to. A feather in their cap are the staff counselling and meditation sessions, which are like a breath of the much needed fresh air in these troubled times. This wonderful initiative has been instrumental in ensuring that as an organization, we are equally concerned about the mental and emotional well-being of every child, parent and staff. My best wishes to the Center of Wellbeing team for rendering unstinted support and meaningful direction to the schools to ignite the magical spark in every child. Thank you, Center of Wellbeing, for always being there and for supporting us at all times.
When you look at a rose whose one petal has incidentally just fallen off, do we stop admiring the rose for its beauty and the wonderful fragrance and the pleasure it gives to our senses? A rose is a rose if one petal is not there too. Every child has an individual difference. Every child has an innate gift. Whether one petal does not support the aspirations that we parents have, are we prepared to look at the rose as a rose, a child as a child, support its individual needs and help the journey of the child be more joyous, more comforting, more secure, and strengthening them with all pillars of stakeholders for the child, the parent, the school, the teachers, and the organization to which you look upon. Yes, we have committed to this journey with the Center of Wellbeing being strengthened. We look forward to your cooperation and support wholeheartedly. It is a matter of immense honor and pleasure to introduce Dr. Bhushan Punani, the keynote speaker for this launch. Dr. Punani is a personality who is known in the national and international sector as a person who has dedicated over 4 decades to the empowerment of persons with disability. An illustrious alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, a person who holds PhD and further degrees from University of Israel, he has been committed to the cause of persons with disability. He holds the illustrious position of President ICEVI West Asia and Secretary General BPA, a national level organization that works for development of persons with disabilities. Recognizing his leading role, he has been nominated to various national level committees, task forces, including the drafting committee of the Rights of Persons with Disability 2016 Act. Today, he is an advisory member on the committee that oversees the implementation of the RPD Act. He is also the advisory member of the committee that takes care of accessible voting as appointed by the Election Commission of India. Recently, he has been awarded the IIM Lucknow Singhania National Leadership Award and the National Accessible Voting Award, both by the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind. With this illustrious history, he is a humble person who always is available for being a change maker at any point of time for persons with a disability, or empowering or capacity building of teachers or professionals. He is also decorated with the Distinguished Alumni Award of IIM Ahmedabad. I welcome Dr. Punani to deliver his address.
At the outset, I congratulate Lighthouse Learning for this grand initiative. Setting up Center of Wellbeing is a step in the right direction. Now, this new center that will promote inclusion and inclusive education, counseling of students, and mental health and well-being of staff is a quantum leap for promoting aspirations of new education policy. Similarly, ICVI, the International Council for Education of Children with Vision Impairment, which I represent as a regional president, has been striving to promote inclusive education of such children. Must I mention that this is the first time that such a prestigious group like yours has taken this lead of setting up an innovative center for well-being. To justify the great role inclusive education plays in the life of persons with disabilities, I wish to share with you story of Shruti, a person with deaf blindness. If you see on the screen, Shruti, a deafblind, has become a physiotherapist. She completed her diploma from Ahmedabad University. As you see in the picture, she's been granted the diploma certificate. She won the gold medal, and then she became a pediatric physiotherapist. I'm very honored to tell you that she is now working as advocacy manager with Sense India. Uh, the parents, they're the pillar of strength. The whole credit of success of Shruti goes to her mother, who struggled at each stage of her school admission, convincing the teachers, organizing braille and audio material, using technology, and arranging volunteers who were willing to assist her. Friends, parents have a great role to play. Success of their children with special needs, depends upon level of awareness of parents, their willingness and readiness to opt for inclusive education, their outlook and aptitude, and more important, their readiness to support the child and create an enabling environment. For first and foremost, the parent should look at abilities and not disabilities of their children. Treat the child at par with other siblings, which is very important. Keep in regular touch with the teachers to monitor progress of the child, and also to promote inclusive learning, inclusive sports, and social inclusion of such children along with other non-disabled children. Provide access to devices, equipment, technology, and software as required by the child. Keep motivating the child to struggle to achieve the set goals as set by the family and the students. And see, look at Darpan, who cracked the CA exam, one of the first blind person in this country. And the credit for this success he gives to his father. He remarked, but I, along with my father, had conceptualized a financial statements, and that made all the difference of his cracking the exam. He is also an accomplished chess player and wishes to become grandmaster at Asia level. Friends, if you see, the teacher are truly a backbone of an inclusive program. I bow down to teachers who are listening to me that you have a great role to play. But every teacher must be provided orientation as regard disability specific needs of such children. We do need to have special educators as per the nature, type, and the level of disability of each child. Each teacher should accept the child as a challenge, understand her individual needs, and promote learning through alternative means of education. Teachers must be aware about newer technologies, accessible books, and alternative means of evaluation of such children. Teachers should also plan seating arrangement and classroom environment as per the needs of the children. Teachers should enable parents to avail all entitlements which they deserve otherwise. Look at Disha. She is a person with autism. Thanks to diligent efforts of consistent efforts of our teachers, that Disha Sharma is one of the first students with Down syndrome in Gujarat to complete her BCom from MS University. So such children can achieve anything if they get the motivation. But the school is truly the citadel of their success. Is the school management, which is the trendsetter for any such innovative and challenging initiative. It is the school principal who ensures success through various functionaries. Most important and the most important denominator of success is the school environment. Other factors of success of inclusion, friends, these factors include child preparatory services, which schools should provide, access to material, accessible school environment, accessible classrooms, facilities, sports, and activities. All these should be accessible to such children. Then there should be use of technology with digital classrooms, and these classrooms should be well equipped, and there should be a resource room, there should be digital and accessible library to facilitate their learning. Friends, there are some statutes which mandate providing admission to such children, especially children who are marginalized, who are disadvantaged in all schools, including private schools. While many schools have resisted to such statutory provisions, I am glad Lighthouse has taken lead in establishing Center of Well-being, which is a truly a commendable subject. Look at Amit Jan, who is a product of inclusive education. He was the first student. He fought for his rights and got admission in IIM Ahmedabad during 2008, but he continued his struggle and did his doctorate from IIM Kolkata. Nothing stopped him from completing his postdoctorate from Switzerland. And friends, that's the power of inclusion, which we have to understand and appreciate. According to me, sky is the limit. Today, empowered from inclusion, statutory provisions, and with the support of education system, you have Sudha Patel. Despite her blindness, she runs a multi-million franchisee of Patanjali products. Himali Mistry was the first student with hearing impairment to become an architect. Ravi Arora, a classical example. Despite low vision, he is an IAS officer. Kanchan Pamnani, again a person with vision impairment, is a leading lawyer in Mumbai. Pranjit Patil cracked IAS degree, and despite visual impairment, she completed her IAS. And same is the case with Rajini Gopal Krishnan. She is an accomplished chartered accountant, works for an NGO and handles the account. Usha Nagaraj has established that even a person with vision impairment can be a medical officer. All of them and many such other achievers are role models and source of inspiration for all of us. Everyone who's listening to me can draw a lot of inspiration from them. Now let's see a breaking news. Bhavina Patel, who has eighth world ranking, and shall represent India in Japan Paralympics at table tennis. And she is definitely an aspirant of gold medal. If she gets the gold medal, she'll get an award of more than 2.5 million as a cash award for that purpose. Let's hope and pray that her hard work brings results for her. Now, friends, in conclusion, I like to wish the management and the team of Center for Wellness a grand success is truly a great step in the right direction. I'm sure with the best of effort, with the efforts of the team, children with disabilities after studying at these special schools shall emerge as doctors, engineers, lawyers, sports persons, IT professionals, architects, teachers, professors, and whatnot. They can take any role provided they get the right support and right opportunity in the right environment. Thanks for providing them equality, equity, and self-respect to these students who will join you or who already joined, who are with the special need, who shall, I trust, shall emerge role models for the nation as a whole. Thanks once again to the whole team for giving me this opportunity to present my views. Jai Hind.
What a lovely initiative being put into action by a great organization. As rightly said, at the center of a great learning experience are two essential figures, the learner and the educator. For any school to excel, a third critical figure is required, the inspired school leader who brings in the vision, skill, and a keen understanding of the kind of environment where the learners can and want to learn. We are blessed with visionary leaders who come forward today with an initiative where we value the differences across the children and seek to address them with a strong commitment in looking at a venture of inclusion as an integrated program. Inclusive education has the power to create a positive environment for every student under the program. The disability does not stop them from attending a regular school along with the other children. We at Billabong High International School have an integrated program. And let me share today, inclusion has helped the regular children develop a positive and supportive attitude. Their perspective broaden and they accept the difference with an open mind. They in turn take turns in taking care of these children as buddies and help them excel in the area of interest. At the academic front, we believe in developing educational goals as per the child's abilities. We focus on the inherent capability of each child and accommodate that uniqueness while studying in a cohesive environment. We implement this by developing an IEP, that is Integrated Educational Plan for Children with Disability, and IRP, Integrated Remedial Plan with Children with Learning Disability. Everyone is unique. Everyone is different. It is our responsibility to cater to the differences of these children within their classroom. To quote a few examples, we have children who have agreed to act as scribes and readers for these children, helping them to excel in their examinations. Our children have gone to become India toppers in the field of art and design. Their disability was not a hindrance in any form. A child's mental health is as important as a physical health and deserves the same quality of support. In the current pandemic condition, our counselors and special educators have risen to the need of the children by providing counseling and guidance under the We Care program. The team is only a call away from the staff, parents, and the children. To conclude, all our practices and efforts intend to fulfill our school vision statement to ignite human greatness for children and pre-adults, fostering a love for learning, talent for thinking, and respect for hard work. We truly believe that every child has a knack for doing something which needs to be identified, encouraged, and promoted in the right direction. Thus, the teaching learning process at our schools involve thorough training, positive and productive learning environment, flexibility in teaching resources and methodologies to deal with the diverse needs of all types of students for the overall and wholesome development of the child. Thank you so much for being a part of this historic moment.
With this, we culminate the launch of Center of Wellbeing across all our network schools. We end with a promise that we will nurture a happy and a healthy generation who will always be ready to not just take on what the world offers, but also turn it around to their advantage. We will ensure that we equip our students with maturity and wisdom to embrace what cannot be changed. I, Ashleisha Chitnavis, sign off from this event.
Let our hearts unite, let our minds be free to discover ourselves and what we wish to be. With our own hands, we shape our destiny. We salute our roots as we turn a new page to become the angels of this great new age. The future is wonderful. We shall rise and see. With our own hands, we shape our destiny. With the lessons of life, we fill our daily cup. Let the tough times teach us not ever to give up. Let wisdom be the way